Hello everyone, my name is Gilbert. Before we present our research, I will first transform into my humanoid version. So the title of our study, Can Chatbots Effectively Reduce Anxiety and Depression Among Students? A meta-analysis and a short student survey. The authors are yours truly, Gilbert T. Bernardino and Dr. Judith Otani G. Magwilang from the University of the Cordilleras. We also have Ma'am Cyril Panimdim, Ma'am Maria Ruby Lim, Ma'am Ray Therese Eduave, and Ma'am Jeanette Lim from the Cebu Institute of Technology, University. Cambridge historian Yuval Noah Harari in 2018 projected that the revolutions in biotech and infotech will gain a greater momentum in the years to come. As such, we as educators need to explore what technology has to offer so that we may better improve the way we deliver lessons to students. Existing literatures would say that chatbots provide an interactive mechanism of responding to students' frequently asked questions. As to its benefits, it can lessen an educator's workload as well as support students so that they may receive immediate and individualized responses to their questions. Now, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the implementation of physical distancing and the need for students to have longer video screen time and less healthy lifestyle resulted into increased cases of anxiety and depression. Digital mental health interventions, such as those delivered via the web and or apps like chatbots in this case, offer the potential to improve access to mental health treatment. The authors have observed that in the Philippine context, not much literature or educational institutions have published or have articulated their experience on the use of chatbots in their learning management systems. This research paper aims to answer the question, can chatbots effectively decrease anxiety and depression among students? This research consists of two components. First is a meta-analysis, and the second is a short student survey. After the authors have generated a forest plot and a funnel plot, the authors decided to conduct a short student survey out of curiosity to determine if students in Baguio and in Cebu City have any baseline knowledge on the concept of chatbots. The following databases were searched for research papers that met the inclusion criteria. We have PubMed, ScienceDirect, Google Scholar, and EBSCOhost. Gray literature databases such as Biomed Central, OpenGray, and clinicaltrials.gov were also searched for articles that met the inclusion criteria. Search terms that incorporated Boolean operators include chatbots, academic performance, health education, depression, anxiety, randomized controlled trial, and experiment. In this study, the following inclusion criteria guided the selection of eligible studies. Population, they have to be students. Intervention, focus was given on chatbots. Comparison, no chatbots or usual care or other intervention. As to the outcome, the authors were interested on the level of depression and anxiety. Figure 1 shows the flow diagram of study selection. From a total of 120 search results, only 6 studies met the inclusion criteria. This study utilized the free software Review Manager 5.4. Also, the Covidence website was used in removing article duplicates. The short student survey, on the other hand, used Google Forms and incorporated the following questions. The students were asked to select their gender, the location of their university, if it's in Baguio City or in Cebu. We also wanted to know if these students know what a chatbot is and whether they have tried interacting with a chatbot before. And then next, we were also curious as to how students would rate their mental health status at present and their overall academic performance. A rating of 1 would indicate poor, while a rating of 5 would represent an excellent rating. The second section of our short questionnaire includes a very brief information about a chatbot, and it reads: a chatbot is a software application that can conduct an online chat conversation via text or text-to-speech in lieu of providing direct contact with a live human agent. Several studies abroad have demonstrated the effects of interactive chatbots in improving the mental health of students. So we provided this basic information to our students who may not have any prior information related to chatbots. And then we asked them, do you think a chatbot in our learning management system or LMS can help further improve your academic performance? Also, we asked the students, do you think a chatbot in our learning management system can help further improve your mental health status at present? We have on the screen the forest plot of overall effect sizes of experimental and control groups who received chatbots. So the 6 randomized controlled trials involved a total of 403 participants. This table shows the total number of participants included under the experimental group was at 226. The control group includes 207 individuals. A total of 30 individuals were deducted for the reason that the study conducted by Bendig et al. In 2021 involved only one group of participants in their analysis. So in general, the studies have an I-squared value of 37%. This means that the studies included in this meta-analysis may be moderately heterogeneous. The studies by Fitzpatrick et al. In 2017, Bendig et al. In 2021, and Kloss et al. In 2021 show higher weights because of their higher precision. Studies with lower weights are likewise interpreted to have lower precision. The summary effect of the total of pooled individual studies is represented by the diamond at the bottom of the forest plot. The diamond is centered at 0.15 and extends from negative 0.96 to 1.25, meaning that the actual impact of chatbots likely falls in this range. Despite moderate heterogeneity of the studies, the overall effect is not statistically significant, as represented by a p-value of 0.80. Figure 2 represents a funnel plot of standard error by mean difference. It will be observed that the funnel plot does not resemble a symmetric inverted funnel. In addition, the lower left portion of the plot is completely empty, so this may indicate the possible presence of publication bias. For the cross-sectional component of our research, we were able to collect the responses of 495 students. And in this slide, it can be observed that majority of the respondents are females at 81.6%. As to location, 31.3% of students are from Cebu City and 68.7% of the respondents are from Baguio City. Then, in asking as to whether our students know what a chatbot is, 57% of students answered no, and 43% answered yes. When asked as to whether they have tried interacting with a chatbot before, 66.9% said no, and 33.1% yes. As to the students' rating of their mental health status at present, it can be observed that 43.6% or majority of the students rated their mental health as average. Similarly, 52.5% or majority of students rated their academic performance as average. Also, majority of the respondents think that maybe a chatbot in their LMS can help further improve their academic performance. Also, majority of the respondents think that maybe a chatbot in their LMS can also help improve their mental health status. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we proceed to the conclusion of our study. First, we remain cognizant of the limitations that we may have encountered. In the meta-analysis component of our paper, we recognize the possibility of publication bias, and for the cross-sectional component, we believe that by increasing the sample size of the study, perhaps the results may be more readily generalized. Also, the full potential of chatbots in addressing anxiety and depression need to be further examined using other methods like qualitative approaches. And then next, chatbots are rampant in some business sectors like that of business process outsourcing. But how about in academic spaces? Perhaps we can reflect further on this question. And then I have here on the slide a quotation from Guillaume Apollinaire that reads, "Come to the edge," he said. "We can't, we will fall," they responded. "Come to the edge," he said. And so they came, and he pushed them, and they flew. We would like to think of the COVID-19 pandemic as one entity that pushed us all educators towards exploring different forms of technology so that we may continue with our classes. However, the complexities of technology must not stop us from further exploring what more it can offer so that we may further enhance the attainment of our intended learning outcomes. These are some of our references, and thank you for listening.